Hey, all, before we dive in today's conversation, if it speaks to you, I want you to take a quick second, like, subscribe, and follow the show. It helps us reach more business owners who need clarity, confidence, and support, not just numbers. And it ensures you never miss an episode of real conversations about money, business, and building with intention. Thanks so much.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Peace Luv Biz with me, your host, Steve Higgins, the VP of Biz Dev Extraordinaire, and our unicorn accountant is with us as always, the wonderful, amazing Mary Roach. How are you doing, Mary?
Hello. I am so excited. Tax season opens in 4 days. I'm genuinely I woke up at, we'll say it was 4, but it was like 3:30.
Yeah, I was going to say 2, so I'm impressed you had a lion.
Yeah. I mean, my brain was going, but I genuinely woke up and was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. In 4 days, we start the whole new year, close everybody out, boom, boom, boom. So,
Yeah.
so excited. Came upstairs and worked for 3 hours and then recrashed.
Well,
That's how excited I
I
was.
don't know. Tax season is starting slightly earlier than usual, isn't it, this year? Am I
No,
wrong
it's
there?
actually right on time. Right on time. It
Okay.
ended late.
It
But it's
ended
starting
late,
right
so
about time.
there's a really short window of it being closed. So
Mhm.
it feels.
And there's a really short window of how long I'm doing taxes this year. So let me put that out. Like if I'm
And
doing taxes after April 15th, it's because you're paying a lot of money to me to do it because I'm not doing them.
when
That's
you were
why
doing
probably I'm
taxes,
really excited is because I'm not doing
yeah.
a tax year.
And I don't think you've ever
Thanks.
been more prepared for a tax year. And that's just me saying that. But the way that you've
Yeah.
got everything laid out, you are going to be on a mission and it's exciting.
Yeah. I mean, I have been for about 6 weeks, but yeah, I'm definitely on a mission.
Yeah. So this
I'm super
episode is not
excited.
about taxes,
No.
but it obviously seasonal things happen. So we wanted to get that talked about a little bit. But this
But this
episode is,
topic does have a lot to do with taxes, though,
yeah,
and it actually came up because of taxes.
100%.
So, I mean, what is there? You can't. There's two guarantees in life: death and taxes. Man, that's
Yeah.
it. Two guarantees: death and taxes.
I'd say
I'm
there's
an expert
3.
in both. Ironically, fuck it.
You're an
I didn't
expert
even
in
see that
all.
one coming.
That's yeah. I had
That's
3:
funny.
death, taxes, and Mary being right. So,
And if you
so
don't understand that, go back to season 1 and listen to how this became a thing.
yeah. I
The
think that is
origin
what
story. That's all I gotta
episode
say on that one.
19. Yeah,
Yeah.
season
Go
1,
back
episode
and
19.
listen to that one, and then
Yeah,
I'll get your text message and go, "Oh my god, I had no idea."
and then you'll be like,
So
"That's
there's that.
okay."
That's okay. I didn't tell
So
you,
this
that's why.
right? Well, you've told everybody because it's on YouTube. So
Well,
what
yeah, there's
happens?
that.
Yeah, what happens in Vegas stays on YouTube. That's
So,
the new phrase.
I'll go with that.
Yeah, this week we're talking about cash versus accrual accounting. And there's going to be people that are like, what is that? I have no idea what you're talking about. And that's okay. That's why we have Mary.
Mhm. I'm
And
also gonna say, then there's
yeah,
people that go, "Oh, I know exactly what that is," and 99% of you are wrong. So there's
yeah,
that.
there is that. But when most business owners don't choose the wrong method because they're careless, they just don't know because no one's ever explained it clearly,
Mhm,
or they've had an accountant set it up for them and they've
mhm,
been lazy about the way they've set it up.
mhm.
Because depending on the method, there's a lot more set up with one and the other. You have to have your systems in place. So this is why Mary is going to really break it down for everybody and tell everybody. So she's going to bust some myths. She's going to explain the basics on cash and accrual and all of it. So let's start with cash because I know that
So let's
I have the
start with
concepts down.
accounting. Let's start with
Accounting,
accounting.
yeah. Let's do that.
Accounting is simple. Simple is not the same word as easy. Accounting is simple. So I used to teach college, undergraduate, and graduate accounting and basic accounting one course. I would say accounting is simple. They go, no, it's not. Yes, it is. It's so hard. I didn't say it was easy. The opposite of hard is easy. The opposite of simple is complex.
What?
Accounting is simple. And so I'm going to do gross generalizations on gender stereotypes. So typically, and this is the way I would explain it, if you ask a guy, what he wants to dinner, how he's feeling, if you want to go out tonight. What he wants for dinner, whatever. He literally, in general, means whatever. He does not care. If you ask him how he's feeling and he says, I'm fine, he genuinely is A OK. He's not over the moon. He's not pissed off. He's A OK. And the third one, what was it? Does he want to go out? Doesn't
Yeah.
matter to
Do you
me.
want to go out tonight?
He generally doesn't
I
care.
don't care.
What, stay in and watch a movie, go out. If those are his answers, those are his answers. If a woman responds the same way, she
Oh God, we're in
absolutely
trouble.
wants something specific. And I can't believe you didn't remember and what I talked about 5 minutes ago. Whatever, you might as well just tell her to calm down and just find a new home to live in, because whatever is the same thing as I'm fine, which is the same thing as what the hell is wrong with you that you can't read the signals? And do you want to stay in or go out? And whatever, or with whatever you want to do. That response, same response coming from a woman in general. So don't blow up your comment crap with me. In general means I can't believe you didn't remember what I said 10 minutes ago. I am not that person in general. In general, I'll be like, hey, dude, I just told you I need to get the hell out of the house, or I never leave this house. I leave the house every 2 weeks. So, yeah.
Or I want my tostones.
Right. But I mean, I answer truthfully. In general, people don't. Accounting is the guy. Accounting is the guy. Accounting is simple. Accounting straightforward. Accounting. No, that's the one
It's
great
black and
thing
white.
about it's black and white. I'm not saying men don't have
Yeah.
the problem, because God knows they do. But as far as how it relates to accounting, take that and use it for the benefit. So it's straightforward. So now we get into cash versus accrual. What am I talking about? Yeah, there's two different ways to report your income and expenses. And the way you report that drives your profit and loss statement, meaning how much money you earned versus how much backing out your expenses, meaning how much money you paid for that business to run. And that's what you either made or lost, the difference, which then feeds into your balance sheet. Oh my God, Mary, what the hell are you talking about? A balance sheet. It shows you everything you have. Those are your assets, minus everything you owe. Those are your liabilities. The difference is your net worth. That's called equity. Pretty simple, straightforward, right? But the cash versus accrual is what makes those statements up, because you'll get very different numbers, very, very different numbers.
So
So go ahead.
I have an idea in my head. And to me, I'm the layman. I learn from you, I don't practice it. So to me, I'm thinking about the way people take in money
Yep.
initially when you look at cash versus accrual. People that get
Way they
paid
earn it.
upfront, provide the service, the way they earn it.
Mhm.
Yeah. The way that they earn their money, to me, is what depends on what system they should really base it off. And there's a lot of other factors, but this is where you can tell us really like what types of things you need to look at when establishing cash versus accrual.
So cash is when you receive money for services rendered on a cash basis, that's when it's considered income. When you spend money on the business, that's when you have considered expenses have existed. So if I receive $10,000 today, that regardless of when I did the work, my income is recorded for January 22nd, 2026. We're recording this on a Thursday. So that's what we recognize for. If I then pay insurance for the next 3 months today for business insurance, and I go, hey, take out 3 months, and they take whatever the hell I paid, $1,500 in round numbers. I have then incurred an expense for cash accounting of $1,500 for the month of January, regardless that it's covering January, February, March. That is not the point. You've paid it, it's gone, that's cash. If I have accrual accounting and I received $10,000 for services I did back in June, my services were recognized as income back in June because I did the work then. So accrual income is recognized when earned. Expenses are recognized when incurred, meaning if I'm paying $10,000, $1,500 for 3 months, 500 is January, 500 is February, 500 is March. Really simple,
So
lot to digest, but really
yeah,
simple.
and in that example itself, you can then see where there's potential tax implications because accrual getting paid in June, accrual reporting it in June will go on last year's tax return instead of when you
Mhm.
get paid for this year's
Correct.
tax return. for
So this
26, for
opens
example.
up, it does, and it opens up so many doors. So people go, I didn't know the difference, and my accountant said to do this. Listen, I am the one accountant that hears every bad accountant story. There's literally nothing you could tell me that I would be shocked with at this point, which really scares me because like I absolutely adore my job. And I'm in love. I'm in love with myself first. Then, I mean, between my husband and accounting, they're really close. They're neck and neck there. And I'm madly in love with my husband. So I'm not really, I don't know. I don't know. But accounting's up there. So it really hurts me when I like see another one. I'm like, for the love of God, like you're killing the profession I love. Can you switch from one to the other? Yes, for reasonable cause. There's paperwork. It's the federal government. You know how this works. It takes time. But yes, you can change it. But what do you want to consider? Well, I mean, make yourself aware and ask the questions because your accountant might go, hey, well, maybe not because of this. So are you an industry that if you're an electrician, a roofer, a construction person, you're most likely billing like in project completion. So you had a milestone and bill, you had another milestone and bill, you had another milestone and bill. If you're project based, so that could be construction, electrician, roofing. With our quote last night, that could be web design. You know what I mean? That's project based. There's times where we do projects. So could be us. We don't do enough of it to merit it. Do you have a lot of insurance billing? Insurance billing takes a long time to turn around. Do you have major contracts? That can take a long time to turn around. All those things, you got to look at the basis of your revenue, where that's coming from. That's going to determine accrual versus cash right out the gate.
And what you were talking about there is the accrual side, right? With the insurance, you're billing the insurance, then you're waiting to receive that money, but you've already provided the service.
Right.
And
So you
one of the
want to
things
notate
that
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 you've
allows
provided the
people,
service.
yeah, and one of the things that allows people to do is write off bad debt too,
Right. So and that's the
because
other thing. Well, it does. So
people
there's a
think,
couple of factors in that with bad
yeah,
debt is that first of all, if you're billing the insurance or billing the state, billing a heavy contract, and they come back and they go, wow, now this is our limit for this and this is our limit for that. You didn't read all the fine print in the contract. Then you have causation for bad debt. The other part of bad debt is you cannot have bad debt as an expense if you're a cash based company because you recognize revenue when received, not when earned. So if you never receive that money, how is it bad debt? It can't be. It literally cannot be because you only recognize revenue when you receive the revenue. So if you never receive the cash, that's not a bad debt. That's someone that screwed you, and you have no recourse except to just blow them up and hire people and lawyers or whatever, give you your piece. But you can't have bad debt. So that's not a write off. It's just it exists, and you didn't get a bill paid. And then you restart looking at what your credit practices are and your operations. Do you start doing work before you receive money? No, no, you don't. By the way, you don't. So yeah, that's that big mess. You
no,
know, it distorts profitability when you are in the wrong one. So we have a couple clients right now that they've come to us from different accountants. And listen, this isn't a trash session on accountants. There's just accountants that's their scope, and that's most accountants. I literally have my title. I changed it to unicorn accountant in my email because I am just different. It just is what it is, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'm proud of it and I'm happy with it. And I'm the first person to go, yeah, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but I have somebody and I'll reach out to them. But most things I'm on it. And it's not that they did a bad job, and it's not that they whatever, it's that they did what they could. They also weren't honest about it. They should be going, hey, listen, let me research it, or hey, listen, you should check with somebody else, or hey, whatever, but not hey, I got it, or hey, it's just easier to mark cash and we'll fix it later. Well, we're fixing it later. And the problem is that it messed this person up with I mean, it's all over the place. And the problem is this, in this example, this person goes from making a ton of net income to making nothing, to a ton of net income to making nothing. Every year it's high, it's hills and valleys. And it's because he's set up as a cash company, should be set up as accrual. And we literally have this going on for like 4 clients. But we're using the one because it all replicates. And what that does is it starts causing red flags. Like, what the hell are you doing? What the hell is going on? I don't understand. Like, the federal government is not going to understand that.
Yeah. Well, and to that point, you said it. It's not that the accountant was bad; it's that they didn't know better and they weren't honest about it.
Mhm.
Like what you do differently, and what makes you a unicorn is you truly look at everybody's unique situation, industry specific, whatever it is, and whether it's going to be right or wrong for them.
Mhm.
There's people you said, no, you should stay cash. Maybe we should switch you to accrual, but it's all situation based.
And
And
you may start off as cash, and that is totally okay. If there's not a one is bad and one is good. There's not a one is a better solution to the other. There's, Josie was on our podcast last year. She started off in working out of her apartment. She now has like, what is it? Like an 8,000 square foot med spa or something. Like plus a retail store, plus two other things and coaching and this and that. You're not the same after 10 years of putting in all the hustle, the rise and grind every day. Well, if you are, we're not your accountants. That's for sure. I'm not your accountant. But if you've changed, then yeah, your tax situation has too, your business has, the scope has. So then we relook at it. We do relook at it, but that's why we look at everything individually and go, does it make sense now? And then I hear people all the time. It's their favorite thing to say. Oh my goodness, if you are this person, this is for you. Have you thought in your head or said out loud, oh, I should look into a trust? If you don't have like upwards of $1 million, why are you looking for a trust? You have no money. Trusts are to protect your assets. When you're headed that direction and you're jumping over that, definitely talk. But you're not there. So you may not be there to switch to accrual. You may still be in cash land, and that's okay. But when you're ready for accrual, then we scope it all out. We figure out what's next.
yeah. And like you said earlier, if you change the way that you provide service, the way that you bill, say you are a therapist, for example, whether it's physical, whether it's mental health therapist, if you stop the cash payment side and then you go onto insurance and you go all those kinds of things, then that's
Hmm.
a good time to look at you and your discussion that you're having with everybody.
So, I mean,
Um,
the other thing is to your point with the insurance stuff is that there are people that go, yeah, I'm good. I'll take the insurance, set themselves up. There's other people that just go, nope, I'm not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth my headache. But there are also people that have, and again, in general, I'm not saying everybody, they've been doing their business for a hot minute. So
yeah,
they have the followers to be able to go, hey, I'm not taking insurance because they get to do that because they've been working in their business and doing all the things. The thing is, I really can appreciate that because this year I finally, after working so hard and so long and just pivoting and pivoting and pivoting and waking up every day and hustle and grind 7 days a week, even when I had kids, handling a client, handling a seizure, running back and forth all over the place. I finally, in the year that I literally got on calls with people and went, and we're meeting, and I went, and this isn't a good fit. So I'm going to wrap up your books and I wish you the best of luck and we're good.
good
You
luck.
get to do that when
Yeah.
you put in all the effort, not a cash versus accrual thing, really, but more of I mean, yeah, can relate to it, but more of a,
Uh,
hey, listen, recognize where you're at and give yourself the grace and know that that you're not, everybody is not where you're at. You're not where everybody else is at. So stop comparing. But if that is your goal to be free of having to take on those people that are exhausting, you can get there. Proof right here.
really good point. And the
Mhm.
the amount of weight that's been lifted by it is kind of insane.
I've
That's what
always
that's
lived, and I learned
one of
this in my Marriott days. So this is for business owners. I learned this very early on in Marriott days is never let an employee hold you hostage. We had a night auditor that well, she would sleep through halfway through. She was the night manager of a hotel, and that's all I'll say. It was not a small hotel by any means. It was very busy, high traffic, and she literally told the director of room operations or whatever the hell the title was, that, well, you don't have anybody else that understands this, and I'm the only one that you have. And he knew I was like, numbers were my thing. And he went, "Hey, do you think you can figure this out?" I did the night audit from where I was previously. I just went, "Yeah, sure. Don't have her hold you hostage." I didn't get paid anymore. I just got more hours and I like money. So I took I worked 60 hours a week then, or 80 hours a week, or some insane thing, until they found a proper person to take over, because I was in a different position. No problem. But don't let anybody hold you hostage. So me, I'll work 80 hours a week. I don't care, because I know the shit's going to get done right and it's going to be done. I'm not going to hire stupid. I'm not going to keep stupid employed. Ain't going to happen. And no, if you. Does that mean you're going to work harder? Yup, it does. Does that mean you're going to work more? Yup, it does. Does that also mean at the end of the day, your business is now in the right direction and you know who to put in place and who not to put in place? Yes, it does. And if you don't want to do it, you should own a business. You should not own a business. You should be an employee. You should be a silent investor. You should hire someone to run your business and just take a percentage of profit. There's a lot of solutions to that, but you should not be a fully active business owner if you're not ready to go, "This is what I've got to do, period." Sorry, taken away from Cash and Crow, but that's where.
I don't have much more to add to that because it's all speaking truths. So
Yeah.
going back to cash and accrual, when you determine, I don't want you to give away the secret sauce, but like
Mhm.
when you figure out, okay, maybe it is best to go from cash to accrual. I mean,
Mhm.
here's a question, a separate question. Do you ever find that it's better to go from accrual to cash, or is that just not a thing?
I haven't. I can't say that there's not a situation, but I haven't come across one.
Yeah.
Only
Well,
because most accountants go, "You should be cash."
yeah, that was my thinking. I was like, is it? Have you ever seen it? And yeah, I assume no, but you never know. So when you determine, yeah, they really should be accrual rather than cash. What type of things do you then have to go and really dig into and set up? Because there's so much set up in that
Well,
that
it's all forms. It's all federal forms that I've got to fill out and I've got to explain. And it can't be because my tax bill is going to be less. That's not reasonable cause.
yeah.
So,
So you're looking
it
at
has to be that the operation changed. It has to be that the accountant didn't set it up correctly. It has to be that we've grown in a certain revenue stream that we need to recognize our income when services are rendered versus when payment is received, because now we have, instead of 30% insurance, we now have 70% insurance billing. We've pivoted. When we
makes sense.
opened, we didn't take insurance. Now we do take insurance. And that also, with everything going on, with going through our country, we are a hot damn mess when it comes to health insurance. We just are. So that's always, if you're a mental health, rehab, chiropractor, medical field, any of those things that can qualify you to take insurance, I understand why you go, "I'm just cash," because it's forever change. That scope is forever changing. It's ridiculous. You can't navigate. You can't. That's why they start pricing Tylenol at $50 for 2 Tylenol at the hospital, and depending on what insurance have, it may be $6 and it may be the 50. You never know based on what your insurance is gonna be. It's kinda like, and if you've ever gone to a hotel room, checked into a hotel, when you close the door, on the back of the door, there's a rate card. Hotels have to publish their highest possible rate charged. The reason why is because they can't charge more than that. Why would they do that? And why can't they? Well, Florida, we have hurricanes. So our rate high, this is back in, oh my God, I'm not saying the year
Don't
because I didn't even have kids then.
don't say it.
But no, Steven wasn't born and I didn't have kids. But I think the highest room rate at the time, and our average room rate, what we sold for, was like 165 a night. And the rack room rate was like 699 or something. All that means is hurricane comes through, because there's certain hotels, and I worked for a corporation that was a Marriott brand and Ritz Carlton. You have to have, or we, by our standards, not by law, but our standards, you have to have like category 5 glass, and you have to have, reinforcements and all that fun stuff when you're in Florida. So when people go and seek refuge, you can't then price gouge them and go, "Oh, now it's 1,000 because you need a place to stay." So the reason why these insurance companies go, "Hey, Tylenol's $50, making up arbitrary numbers here, is because they literally don't know if they're going to, based on the insurance contract that changes every year. Every year it changes. They have no idea whether they're getting $6 for something, or they're getting 50, or they're not getting anything. They have no idea because it's always a negotiation. And
The
why
other
would you
side
deal
of
with
it
that
is you never
headache?
know. No, and if you do have that book of business, why would you deal with the headache? The other thing is the insurance company could hold you hostage and just drop you randomly. I've seen that this last 6 months with people. So yeah, that's beside the point though.
I mean, so when you're dealing with that, I do understand why people wouldn't want to take insurance, because it's not like there's some set thing. It's a constant game. It's a constant negotiation. So, and it's not to trash the concept of economy, is that you can't budget and forecast when something is a constant moving target. If you come home every night and you have no idea what mood you're walking into in your house, I mean, how do you live like that? I'd lose my mind. It's the same thing. I mean, every time they bill, they have no idea what they're going to get back next year. What's going to happen? So, how do you budget next year? How do you budget for your office? How do you budget for the number of clients you can see in an hour? How do you budget any of that? You
How
can't.
do you? No, it's not scalable, really. Like you don't know
No.
why. That's crazy. So okay, I think we're close to wrapping up, but let's talk about the myth that cash or accrual is a universal answer. And I know that we've touched on it quite a bit. That it really depends on the business's situation. Everybody's unique, and
Mhm,
that's why you're the unicorn that deals with it.
mhm.
First off, you mentioned chiropractors, rehab, mental, anybody that deals with insurance, reach out to us. Go to peacelovbiz.com if you're really unsure of whether you should be cash or accrual. We can have a nice little conversation about it and
And if
might be
you
able to
have
help
no
you.
idea, you really need to reach out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
100%. Um, so yeah, it whatever every business is unique, every situation is unique. So there is no one size fits all when it comes to cash or accrual. Is
I
that
mean, you have
fair
to make the
statement?
decision one it is, but you need to have all of your information. And if you have no idea, that's okay. But, reach out to us, reach out to somebody, ask them, Google it, Chat GPT. Hey, what's the difference between cash versus, if you're going to use Chat GPT, let's be logical about this. Hey, I'm a mental health therapist. I have a solid 100 blah, blah, blah people. Which is best for me, cash versus accrual? They should be telling you cash, because your 100 people that you have are all paying cash. You're not billing them. They're not walking in getting free therapy. So it should be cash. But, use it, reach out to people, ask the questions, do the hard thing, admit that
Yeah.
you don't know what you're doing. That's okay.
This is
Mhm.
why you have a CFO. This is why you have a fractional CFO that can advise you. There's
Mhm.
no fractional GPT out there. And you know what? This is a good time to bring up the AI point that we were talking about yesterday about how accounting AI software is causing CFOs more problems than it is good.
Yeah,
So
I
what
literally told a couple different accounting AIs, they asked me to try the software, and I said, my brain is more efficient than your AI software. No, thank you. I can,
it's good. It's good for
I,
job
I can
security.
do, yeah, I mean, well, yeah. I mean, our clients love me, so we're good. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, no, I mean, I'm not saying that accounting AI doesn't beat out bookkeepers, but it is making CFOs' jobs harder, because then people are relying on accounting AI software that is not reading all the bank transaction information. Not all the bank transaction information is coming through. They're not digging in. It's just leaving open this whole thing, and you spend more time fixing. I spend more time fixing errors than I do if I just have it right the first time, because I know. I mean, our monthly recurring clients were right around 50 of them. Um, and I do the month end close for all 50 clients within less than 20 hours. That's unheard of. So,
It really is.
but that's my Friday and Saturday nights because I love it.
Okay. So
So, yeah.
anything else to add? To me, I think we're wrapping up and we could talk about how the method eliminates the confusion a little bit, having better reporting, more accurate reporting for the business's situation.
And it helps you in the future. All this, like, You wake up every day, you have intent and purpose in everything that you're doing. So this may seem, oh, she only talked about cash and accrual. Okay, yes, but this helps you next year. It helps you the year after, it helps you in 5 years from now. It helps you in 10 years from now. It helps you. You're going to go in 5 years when you're going, hey, I now have like 3 state contracts and I never planned on having that, but now I have that. Maybe I need to relook at the cash versus accrual thing because my business has totally changed up. You'll remember this. So it's not necessarily, again, this isn't instant satisfaction. This is not, we're not McDonald's. Life is not McDonald's. French fries are not just fucking ready. I mean, I get it. McDonald's French fries are. That's not life. You got to put in the hard work. You got to do the things. You got to show up every day. Part of showing up is hearing a boring podcast about cash versus accrual, which is actually very fucking exciting because then you figure
Yeah.
out, that's why I can't write off bad debt. Someone once told me that the state doesn't allow me to. I said accounting rules don't allow you to when you're cash basis. It has nothing to do with the state. It's common sense. You know,
Yeah. And it allows
that's
for
all I really
better
got.
decision making, doesn't it? It's like it gives you that picture and the roadmap that you have to make better financial and better business decisions.
Hmm.
You can't scale if you don't know what the full picture is. You can't hire people, you can't invest in marketing, you can't do all the things you want to do. Sometimes your accounting system isn't set up the right way to give you the right decisions. So
And you got to make sure you have the right accountant. And this does go back to the cash accrual. If your accountant is setting you up as cash because it was just simple and you didn't even know it, or you thought it was accrual and it's set up as cash and you didn't know that, that's a problem. Like you need to have a trusted CFO in that position. You can't, to your point, you can't scale. We literally were talking to clients of ours last week and it started with, I don't know, I'm either just gonna close everything or somehow make it happen. And I went, oh, we don't do close. We didn't come this far to come this far. The entire conversation pivoted to then grow the business. And that's all I can say on that because it's still in progress. And then I got an email from part of that team last night saying how much they love working with us and how they're just calm and clear and they can see it. Yeah, yeah, because I love this. I love it. No, it's not normal for most people, but I wake up like it's fucking Christmas every day because I love what I do. Love it. It brings clarity. You need clarity. I'm not saying you need to wake up that happy about your financials, but you should wake up happy because you have somebody that's happy about your financials and giving you clarity. Maybe wake up
you should
that
wake
happy for
you
that
should
reason.
you should wake up happy because of the clarity and the security, knowing that it's
Hmm.
taken care of. For me, I wake up happy and excited because I get to help people grow businesses. And it's never the same kind of situation. So I
Hmm.
don't know. It's awesome.
Find
We're
your happy,
awesome.
people. That's all I got to say. Find your
Yeah.
happy.
Okay.
On that
So
note,
on that note, if you don't have that CFO, that accountant, reach out to us again, peacelovebiz.com. Come find Mary because she is the best and we'll figure it out. It's,
hmm,
sometimes doing the hard thing is just being open to the conversation. I spoke
yeah.
with somebody this week that hasn't got anything set up and she's like, I really need help. I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes that's the hardest part is admitting that.
Oh, yeah.
We've started to say a lot more recently that the person, the character, and the fit is more important than the checkbook. Those kinds of
Oh, yeah, the
people that
money,
really want the help.
the people that are penny wise and pound foolish will cut the nose to spite their face.
Yeah,
Then you're doing it all for the wrong reasons. I'm not rich. I'm not poor. My bills are paid, or getting paid. Uh, but I do not worry about money. Why? Because I show up every day and I bust my ass and I am ethical and I do the right thing and I have integrity and I've been working since I was like 7. So there's that. So don't worry about it. It all figure it out stuff out as long as you're doing the right thing. So Monday, tax day opens April 13th. I will be done. If you need taxes filed after April 13th and deadline's the 15th, but I'm not doing that for 2 days. It will cost you for me to do them. I'm just being honest and upfront with that. It's going to cost you, but you're in the best hands I can probably provide. But yeah, it's tax season and I'm excited because dude, once tax season's over and while tax season's going, I've got tons of crap coming out this year. Tons and tons and tons. And everybody needs to be ready because I'm on a train and I'm driving this train. Get on it if you want. You don't want to stay on it, get off, but it's going places. So I'm really, really excited about this year.
This year's going to be awesome. Can't wait. So, yeah. All right, everybody.
Thank you all. By the way, click subscribe, share this with one person, and exclusively on LinkedIn, we have Mary's Minute. So jump on LinkedIn, listen to Mary's Minute, minute and a half, just, hey, let's celebrate this. Hey, let's focus on this for today. Not necessarily all accounting, just business, yourself, self growth, what I'm learning to do, what I've learned about. So find me on LinkedIn, Peace Luv Biz, LinkedIn, and subscribe. Please subscribe. Hit the button. It's right there. Thanks, people.
Till next week. See you guys.
Bye.